Today's story follows five friends who head into a dangerous wilderness for an adventurous trekking trip. However, their excursion quickly takes a horrific turn. Stranded in an unknown forest, they find themselves trapped as a mysterious, lethal entity begins picking them off one by one, turning their vacation into a desperate battle for survival. The journey begins. The group consists of Fred, Laik, his girlfriend Chloe, and Karine. They are all excited about the hike, but things get tense when a guy named Guillaume joins them. Laik is visibly annoyed by Guillaume's presence, but Fred tells him not to worry and to let it go. Chloe is also uneasy. 4 years ago, Guillaume was in love with her, a fact known to the entire group. Karine tries to comfort her, assuring her that Guillaume is just there to hang out and won't cause trouble. After taking a group selfie, the five friends set off on their exciting journey. As they drive toward the mountains, the scenery is beautiful, but Chloe remains somber because of Guillaume. Once they reach the outskirts of the city, they park the car and begin their trek on foot. Their goal is to reach a mountain peak and return by evening. Along the way, Guillaume tries to talk to Chloe. When she asks why he really came, he claims he wants to leave the past behind and just be friends. Chloe remains silent. The first signs of danger a bit further up, they find the path blocked. Ignoring the others' warnings, Fred decides to free climb the cliff to check the route. He reaches the top and shouts down that the path ahead is clear. He throws a rope down, and after a difficult climb, everyone makes it to the other side of the slope. They find themselves on a narrow trail equipped with via ferrata steel cables. Their carabiners to the cables and move along the cliffside. While most are enjoying the thrill, Laik is paralyzed by a fear of heights. Chloe gently encourages him, telling him she's right there with him. Eventually, they reach a thin, dilapidated hanging bridge stretching across a deep chasm. Fred, leading the way, warns them that this is the only way across, and that they must be extremely careful because the bridge might not support their combined weight. Fred crosses successfully, followed by the others. Laik and Karine are the last ones left. Terrified, Laik freezes midway. Chloe goes back to coach him through it, and he eventually scrambles to the other side. Only Karine remains on the bridge. Suddenly, the group notices the support cables are fraying. They scream for Karine to hurry, but as she lunges forward, the bolts snap and the bridge collapses. Karine is left dangling over the abyss, saved only by her safety hook. After a tense rescue involving a rope thrown by Fred, they pull her to safety just as the remaining cables snap. Trapped in the woods, shaken and crying, Karine is comforted by her boyfriend. Fred checks the map and delivers the grim news. The bridge was the only way back. Laik lashes out at Fred for leading them into a trap, but Fred insists they must find another way out before nightfall. As they continue, they reach a section where the safety cables end abruptly. Fred and Karine decide to climb higher to scout for a path, planning to pull the others up afterward. While the others wait, Laik's fear causes him to panic. He loses his footing and ends up dangling from the cable, nearly dragging Guillaume down with him. Meanwhile, in the woods above, Fred steps into a bear trap. His leg is crushed, and he screams in agony. Karine tries desperately to open the trap but fails. Realizing the danger, Fred tells Karine to take the rope and rescue the others first. Karine rushes back to the cliff and pulls the remaining three up. When they return to the spot where Fred was trapped, he is gone. A trail of blood leads away, and they find the discarded trap. Panic sets in. Laik blames Fred again, leading to a heated argument with Karine. Chloe intervenes, pointing out that night is falling and Fred has all their supplies. The hunter appears while searching for Fred. Guillaume and Laik get into a physical fight. When Chloe tries to break them up, she falls into a concealed pit. Karine rappels down to find Chloe impaled through the hand by a wooden spikia deliberate trap. They manage to free her, realizing someone is hunting them. As night falls and rain pours, the group wanders blindly through the forest. Suddenly, an arrow pierces Karine's chest. Someone cuts the rope connecting them and drags Karine into the darkness. The remaining three eventually stumble upon a cabin in the middle of the woods. Inside, they find a gruesome scene. Fred is there, stripped and mutilated. He dies moments after they find him. While Laik cowers, Guillaume goes into the basement to find Fred's backpack. There, he discovers severed human heads, proof they are dealing with a cannibalistic psycho. When Guillaume returns, Laik betrays him. He steals the bag, kicks Guillaume back into the basement, and locks the door. As Laik tries to flee with Chloe, the hunter appears. He knocks them both down and begins a brutal assault. Laik, seeing his girlfriend in danger, chooses cowardice and flees into the woods, leaving Chloe to be captured. The final stand, the hunter ties Chloe and Guillaume in the basement. He begins taking the bodies of their friends upstairs to process them. Guillaume manages to untie himself, and just as the hunter is about to kill Chloe upstairs, Loïc returns briefly to strike the hunter with a rock. The hunter chases Loïc, allowing Chloe and Guillaume to escape the basement. By morning, the hunter catches up to Loïc and shoots him in the leg with an arrow. Loïc fights back, stabbing the hunter with the same arrow and smashing his face with a rock before hanging off a ladder on a cliffside. Chloe and Guillaume arrive at the cliff. Guillaume reaches out to save Loïc, but remembering Loïc's betrayal in the basement, he intentionally lets go of Loïc's hand, sending him falling to his death. Before Chloe can process this, an arrow strikes Guillaume in the head, killing him instantly. Now alone, Chloe is fueled by pure rage. She engages in a savage fight with the hunter, eventually plunging a knife into his throat. She leaves him to bleed out and uses a final cable line to zip cross to the other side of the valley. The story ends with a shot of Chloe, the sole survivor, weeping as she walks away from the nightmare that claimed all her friends.